Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Ariana Najwa and my matrix number is 280559 and I'm from Group 6. First is our introduction. I will explain a little bit about payroll cycle. The payroll process entails capturing time work data from hourly employees, verifying it and entering it into accounting software. Taxes and benefit deductions such as EPF and SOCSO must then be deducted from the compute gross pay to determine each employee's net pay. Lastly, this amount should be transferred to employees through cash, check, or direct deposit. As for our group assignment, we had chosen EUREKA Healthcare Pharmacy Sendirian Berhad to analyze its payroll cycle. EUREKA Healthcare is a healthcare company with 7 branches in 3 states. They have around 100 employees in total in the branch. Our data collection method is by conducting an online interview through Google Meet to get information about the payroll system in the company. Our group had interviewed a representative from the company who named Puan Putri Aisyah, and we call her as Puan Aisyah. Puan Aisyah works as a clerk in payroll department, which responsible in managing in payroll system in EUREKA Healthcare. This is the payroll cycle of EUREKA Healthcare Pharmacy. First, table of entities and activities. Second, context diagram. Third, physical data flow diagram. Fourth, logical data flow diagram. And fifth, flowchart. So this is the table of entities and activities regarding payroll cycle in EUREKA Healthcare Company. There are 9 entities involved in payroll process with their activities, starting with attendance system and end to the employees. For your information, EUREKA Healthcare using face recognition as their attendance system to track their employees' attendance. This technology also can capture all the information about each employees.
Context diagram is basically the highest level of DFD. It provides a summary level of view for the process, and it shows sources of its input and destination of its output. So based on the context diagram, there are 5 external entities, which is attendance system, management, bank, auditor, and employee. And based on the context diagram, the attendance system provides employee working data. Then the employee receives the payslip details, and the management receives the salary details, and the auditor receives a copy of salary details, and the bank receives the total amount of salary to be debited to the employee's bank account.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Azatul Amira binti Noh, matric number 280780. So, I will explain about our project's physical DFD. First of all, we must understand that physical DFD indicate the system implementation or actual operation. So, for our assignment, we have 2 processes for the physical DFD, which is payroll clerk and computer. First, the payroll clerk will send the working time data to the attendance system. Then, the payroll clerk will check the total hours, work hours, and submit to the instruction to the computer. And then the computer will then access the employee master files, then the income tax, EPF, and SOCSO files. Then, if you watch this arrow will go back to the computer, so it means that the company will deduct the tax, EPF, and SOCSO files. Then the computer will send the salaries detail to the management, and also the computer will commands to send a backup copy of salaries to the auditors. Then the bank will receive the data of the salaries, payment, and deduction detail for transfer the salary to the employee account. Finally, the computer will send the payslip to the employee. I think that's all for the physical DFD. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muaz Nabi bin Muhammad Tamizi. My matric number is 280863 and I am from Group 6. For the logical DFD, there were 5 internal entities and 4 processes that include which is verify work hour, prepare payroll process, update salaries, and lastly create payslip. For our logical DFD, first the attendance system will send the work hour details to the verify process, which is included clerk. Next, after the detail been checked, all the data been sent into the next process, which is preparing payroll process, and after that to the update the salaries. And then all information from the employee master file, income tax file, SOSO and APF been updated into the process. After that, it will create the salaries payable account and also into the last process, which is creating a payslip. After that, total salaries detail been sent into the bank to continue the transaction to the employee and copy of salaries into the auditor as a backup. The employee also get the payslip details and the salaries details been sent into the management.
Good day everyone, my name is Bok Yenny, my matric number is 278012. So I'm going to present our system flowchart for the company, which is the EUREKA Healthcare. So the system flowchart are a way of displaying how data flows in the system and how decisions are made to control the events. First of all, the attendance system, which is using by the EUREKA Healthcare, is to generate and send the employees' working time data to the payroll clerk to verify and calculate the hours worked. After that, the payroll clerk will key in the verified and calculated the working time data to the computer to calculate the total salaries by using the data from employee's master file and salary rate file. Therefore, the calculated gross salaries will be updated to salary file. The payroll clerk will review the calculated total salaries and key in a command to computer to start payroll processing. The computer will automatically extract the data from salary file, employee master file, income tax file, EPF file, and SOSO file. Therefore, the computer will calculate and update the net salary by deducting employee contribution. These amounts will be updated to salary payable file, and the payslip will automatically generated and will also be emailed to the employees. Lastly, the details of the salary details will be sent to bank management and also the auditor.
Next is the strength of EUREKA Healthcare Company. The first one is strong supervision in tracking employees' attendance. EUREKA record the attendance through a face recognition technology. It may prevent EUREKA workers from existing their bodies in punching their cards. As a result, they will have compensatory control over staff attendance. The EUREKA company's management has rigorous supervision of its workers' attendance due to this method. The second one is proper authorization of transaction. The EUREKA company uses an information technology infotech system to check that the employees' hour works and the payroll amount are accurate. Link the payroll system to attendance system that records employees' hour works, which allows the company to automatically transfer all the information about the personal details of the employee, hours worked, data of income tax, EPF, SOSO, and other information to the computer. It will greatly simplify payroll calculation and prevent inaccurately calculate payroll. The last one is strength in controlling hard copy output. To safeguard their payroll data, EUREKA has an appropriate access and backup strategy in place. As for EUREKA company, they have their external auditor to keep and store the payroll data, which is easier for the auditor to do audit trails. EUREKA company will provide their payroll data to external auditors every year as a backup in the future. The data will be kept for 7 years by the external auditor. This approach helps to safeguard EUREKA's payroll data, and it will be simpler to keep track of their payroll data if anything happens related to the employment. Furthermore, EUREKA company will also store their payroll data in Excel file and keep it within their company.
In this situation, the payroll clerk review task does not include re-examination by another payroll clerk to ensure the accuracy of the attendance system record before entering the data into the computer. This company also assign just one clerk to take on the job of payroll computation, which may occasionally lead to oversight. So by doing this, the risk exposure is inaccurately recording transaction into journal and account. So without independent verification procedure, the clerk will sometimes make mistake because humans are not flawless. This may result in wrongly recorded accounting records in the company financial statement, such as overstated or understated total salary expenditure affecting net profit, which may be undervalued or overvalued. This may have an impact on financial statement users when making important decisions, such as resulting in investment losses for investors owning to inaccurate financial statement. So, how can we improve this? Is by to overcome the weakness of the lack of independent verification procedure. The other payroll official should reconcile the payroll data with the supporting documents such as personnel action forms and time cards. After the production department and the first payroll officer have reviewed the hours worked, the existing payroll data or any incremental of the salary should be transferred to the second payroll officer in the department with the supporting document to re-examine the accuracy of the calculation on the existing payroll data. This may help to reduce the inaccurate payroll data review and computation. Thank you.
So the second weakness that we found in this company is lack of access control. In this situation, the company used basic computer technology in each department, but no passwords are set on each computer. Anyone with access to a computer may quickly change or get all of the data without being noticed. Therefore, the risk will be unauthorized access to payroll records and confidential employee data. The third parties may get access to a computer and damage or erase the payroll data, as well as steal personal information of employee. Furthermore, the employees may have access to payroll records in order to falsify their hours worked to get extra salary. Nevertheless, as a result of the leak, the company may be exposed to a serious danger since anyone may have the access to a company's information. So, to improve the access control, the company should implement security and access constraints by setting the password on department computers to restrict the access to payroll data. The system logic should require and remind users to update their password on a regular basis. Only password with at least 8 alphabet and numeric characters should be allowed. With password protection, only a certain employee may view the payroll data, while other parties cannot access to the computer. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Next weaknesses is lack of the accounting records. Documentation such as a payroll register, cash disbursement voucher and voucher packet was not prepared to be posted into the general ledger, which lead to not enough documentation related to the payroll system in this company. This will lead to the inaccurate recording of transaction in the journal. These accounting reports are important because it capture economic essence and provide audit trail, so they were not inaccurate of the record transaction. Also, without the sufficient document, it will be difficult to recognize an error made in the process, and it will affect the transparency of the total sales. To avoid this problem, payroll department should assign the payroll clerk to prepare documents such as payroll register. This type of the documentation will help to create an audit trail so that the transaction can be verified and traced back to the source of the transaction.
So, for the last weakness is lack of segregation. In this case, because the payroll clerk is in charge of processing payroll, the clerk can change the information to pay people who don't work or give them unusually high pay rates. Without a separate segregation of duties, the payroll clerk could also commit fraud by increasing the amount of an existing paycheck or making a new one through the business account to steal money from the company and transfer it to the clerk's personal bank account for their own use, which would be a crime. So, for the risk is a misappropriation of asset and payroll fraud may occur. So, for those who involved in payroll processing may change facts to pay non-existent workers or select any person at unreasonable high risk. So, without a division of roles, a payroll clerk can increase a current paycheck or create a new one using the business account to steal corporate funds and move them to their personal bank account. Lastly, for the improvement, is to have a clear division of responsibilities between preparing paycheck and distribute paychecks. So to avoid this lack of segregation, the company may choose a paymaster to deliver paycheck and deposit slip. Like when the firm wish to pay salaries, it can send a predetermined amount to the paymaster who would distribute it to the employee account according to their pay slip. So this prohibits someone from falsely increasing or creating a new paycheck. I think that's all from me. Thank you.